And now a new tornado warning has been issued in Pittsburgh County. Again, all clear in Tulsa. I want to make that clear. We just have some light rain in pockets of the city, but a new tornado warning now in our coverage area, southwest of McAllister in Pittsburgh County. The circulation continues in northern parts of Cole County right now, kind of located right in here. That's where we're seeing that circulation. It's continued strong all the way across Cole County, northwest of Colgate. It's made it into the northeastern corner of the county, and that's getting really close to where we are looking. As we take a look at the track on that, that's going to be moving right into southwestern Pittsburgh County. We'll do about a 30-minute track here. That's going to take this possible tornado close to Ashland at 9:53, then Ward Springs at 9:59, Savannah, that's right along Highway 69, southwest of McAllister, by 10:14. We still have a lot of warm, unstable air here, while north of this storm, we're starting to get that cooler, more stable air moving in, but it has not made it in there yet. Let's take a look at velocities right now. You can kind of pinpoint where that circulation has developed. It's kind of right on that Hughes and Cole County line north of Colgate right now and continuing to slide toward the east-northeast. That's going to be moving across the county line into parts of Pittsburgh County soon. I've not seen any evidence at all that we have any lofted debris or a tornado down with that storm right now. What I've also seen on radar is a lot of very large hail. We're probably seeing hail maybe making it up to golf ball size in this storm, especially in southern Hughes County, and that too will be moving right into Pittsburgh County between Ashland and Ward Springs. There's Ashland Highway coming over from Highway 69, but that circulation continues right along that county line as we move into Pittsburgh County and out of Cole County right now too. Let me switch radar views a little bit as we look at a little different vantage points on these velocity pictures, as that circulation is just barely outside of Pittsburgh County right now. It's moving to the east, and it's moving at about 40 miles per hour, and it looks like, as we switch that vantage point, that we're looking just up to the northwest of Ashland right now as that continues to move into parts of southern Pittsburgh County. We go back to correlation coefficient, and again, with this rotation not super strong, I don't expect to see any lofted debris with it. The rotation is not really pinpoint and super tight, but it is certainly strong enough to warrant a tornado warning for that storm. So this is moving out of southeastern Hughes County and extreme northeastern Cole County and into southwestern parts of Pittsburgh County right now. So if you are in this polygon, and that includes Savannah, Kiowa, the Army ammunition plant, and all the way up to McAllister and the McAllister Airport, this is the time you need to go to the lowest level, center part, smallest room of your home. If you are in a mobile home, you need to take cover kind of in a more sturdy, nearby safe shelter. We can put these tornado warning safety tips on for you. Houses, apartments, we're looking at basement, safe room, lowest level, center part, smallest room. If you are in a car or mobile home or outside, you've got to find sturdy shelter. Schools, hopefully not right now, but offices, you need to follow that pre-planned tornado safety rule for you. And don't forget, you need to have heavy boots and a helmet of any kind. If there is a tornado, likely the most injuries are from head injuries and windblown debris. That helmet will help out a lot, and that's going to help protect you too. So this just now starting to creep toward the county line between Hughes County, Cole County, and Pittsburgh County. Still, it looks like we're well southwest of McAllister as this potential tornado moves to the east. Our team coverage continues, and Fox 23 meteorologist Michaela Smith. And Michaela, this is it. This is the only significant tornado-producing or at least tornado-warned storm that we have right now.
Yeah, it's the only tornado warned storm we have right now, but we do have another severe thunderstorm warning that was issued. Areas a little bit closer to the Tulsa metro, so right now you can see where that's going to be areas off towards the east. So we can see going towards Kansas, Oklahoma, that's going to move into parts of Arkansas as well. You can see it's just an area right here in this yellow shaded region, and we're not really seeing much on the velocity with this at the moment, which is definitely good news as we continue to watch this over the next few times. So as this moves, we're still watching this severe thunderstorm warning, but it's not tornado issued. The good news is a lot of us areas to the north already moved past the Tulsa metro, so we're giving basically the all clear for that. But if you're towards the east, you could still hear frequent lightning, lots of rumbles of thunder, maybe some small hail, which is why we're seeing this severe thunderstorm warning. But the tornado warning still reigns to our south. We did see this severe weather increase. You can see areas down closer to I-40 corridor in this orange shaded region. That's going to be that severe thunderstorm watch, and that's been extended until 3 a.m. So originally it was until 10 p.m. They have now extended that, so you can see especially the I-40 corridor, areas to the south where we're seeing some of those severe thunderstorms and where that tornado warning is. So we're watching this closely again over the next period of time. Now, walking you through this radar predictor for the rest of this evening, we can play this forward and we can see really by 11 o'clock, still watching these storms to the north. But again, Tulsa, really, those temperatures have dropped. We're not expecting much more severe weather up here, but down closer to the I-40 corridor, we're still watching closely for more severe thunderstorm warnings and still the possibility of more tornado warnings as the system continues to move off towards the east. The good news is, timing-wise, most of this is out of the area by 2 a.m. Again, remember that severe thunderstorm watch is in effect until 3 a.m., and that's when we're expecting the weather to kind of clear on out of the area. And by tomorrow morning, we could be talking about a few more flurries. So the storm timing has already started. It's going to continue about 2 a.m. Again, that watches it until 3 a.m. South of I-40 is going to be the biggest chance that we're seeing some of those tornado warnings, and we could still see some large hail and especially some strong wind gusts. I'll send it back over to you, James, to talk more about that tornado warning and what's happening down there.
Yeah, so no confirmation that we've got a tornado down with it, but that rotation continues strong, and this storm is moving right along the boundary of that really warm, humid air that's been surging in from the south. And that's why we're really focused on this storm more than any other storm for tornado potential. We've seen rotation develop in this storm too. You can see actually the reds and the greens here. So kind of in that extreme southeastern part of Hughes County is where we're seeing the strongest rotation right now, but that's just getting ready to move into parts of extreme southwestern Pittsburg County right now. I'm going to zoom in, see if we can't pinpoint that rotation a little bit. It looks like we're right along Highway 31 and in the Ashland area right now. So if you're in Ashland or in that area, southwestern Pittsburg County, you need to take your tornado precautions right now. Again, lowest level, center part, smallest room of your home. If you're in a mobile home or a car, you've got to get to a sturdy, nearby safe shelter. Keep in mind, grab a helmet, get on shoes at the very least. Boots would be even better, but the helmet is the critical part that you can do. And if you've got friends or family in this area and you're not in this area, give them a call and make sure that they know they've got a tornado warning. We're talking Ashland and all the way over towards Savannah and Kiowa as this continues to moving toward the east right now at about 40 miles per hour. It's a pretty quick moving storm. A little track on this as we move kind of over the next 15, maybe 20 minutes, gets it right up over to Highway 69 too. So a lot of us maybe have friends and family making a late night drive down toward Dallas or Fort Worth. Anywhere between McAllister and Atoka, people don't need to be on US Highway 69. A lot of truck traffic on that road too. So make that phone call, be part of that warning process, and give these people the heads up that there is a very volatile situation right here. That circulation is right on the Ashland area, Highway 31. We can check correlation coefficient. And again, I'm not seeing anything that jumps out at me that makes me think we've got some debris being lofted at all. But again, we go to reflectivity and we get into these purples and even the dark purple and white. That's another hazard altogether. That's probably some large hail, golf ball or larger, but that circulation is right along Highway 31 and in the Ashland area. We'll put that marker down for you. And if we were having a tornado occur with this storm, it is right in the Ashland area, right along Highway 31, and that's going to continue moving to the east, maybe just slightly north of due east. So anywhere between Kiowa and Savannah, and it looks like probably passing just to the south of most of the Army ammunition plant, the base there. So that's also really good news as this continues moving toward the east, that it will stay south of that. Now, on that eastward track, it's also going to stay just south of the McAllister Airport and the city of McAllister, too. So that's some really good news there. Not good news in that track, of course, as we watch that circulation. It is moving close to Ashland right now and continuing to move toward the east, and that's going to take it again toward Highway 69 by about 10:15. Now, the way these circulations have gone with this storm, and you've heard us say this a lot too, is the storms will tighten up, produce this circulation, be a significant tornado threat for 10, 15 minutes, and then they start to weaken again. So far, this one's been chugging along for about 15 minutes across northern parts of Cole County and right into extreme southeastern parts of Hughes County, and now crossing over that county line into Pittsburg County now. So again, lots of purple also indicating we've got significant hail risk with this too. Updated velocity that we're probably getting right now, bright green, and we've got the bright red here too. So we've still likely got a pretty strong circulation. It looks like it may be passing just now to the east of Highway 31. Still in the Ashland area, maybe just a little north and northeast. Don't want to get too precise because oftentimes with these fast-moving storms, you can have a little bit of tilt from what we're seeing on radar to where that circulation would meet the ground. But again, right in the Ashland area is the most likely spot of a tornado. Getting a little more confidence now that this is east of Highway 31. But as this continues moving east, it's going to be a threat to Savannah and Kiowa. Remember those tornado safety tips. Lowest level, center part, smallest room of your home. Get a helmet on, get some shoes or boots on if you can. If you're in a mobile home or a car, you've got to get out of that and get to sturdy shelter in southwestern Pittsburg County, all the way east to Highway 69 between Savannah and Kiowa. But north of 270, no threat at all. We'll continue to watch closely east of Highway 69. Our team coverage continues with meteorologist Michaela Smith. Michaela?
Yeah, so we're still watching areas to the north right now, but we're still seeing that severe thunderstorm warning, and that's in effect. So we can take a look right now closer to Kansas, Oklahoma. We can see just to the south of Salina. We can see as well, we can track this out and kind of see as this is moving, still seeing a lot of thunder. There's a lot of lightning in here. We are still seeing some small hail, which is why that severe thunderstorm warning is in place. So if you're seeing if you're hearing a lot of loud rumbles of thunder again, this is a storm that is moving through the area pretty quickly though at the time. So we can go a little bit closer and we can take a look at one of our storm tracks here and kind of play this forward and see as this continues to move more off towards the northeast what it's looking like. So we can see moving towards Kansas, Oklahoma by about 11 o'clock. We can see moving more into parts of Arkansas too. So once that happens, obviously we'll let it take over in parts of Arkansas's coverage, but still watching this. So that's our storm areas to the north, and we can take a little bit closer look down towards the south. Whoops, we can get a little of that out of the area. Seeing a little bit more of a storm just near Eufaula as well. This is just to the north of where that tornado warned storm is. So that is another severe thunderstorm warning that is in a place right now, moving kind of more towards Eufaula. So we're not seeing quite as much. We're still seeing plenty of lightning, maybe some small hail with this again. Really, it's the hail and the very gusty winds that are causing these severe thunderstorm warnings. And again, that tornado warning is still just to the south. So just like James mentioned, if you're in that tornado warning, you need to be going into your safe place. You need to be sheltering the most interior room that you can. If you need to get into a bathtub, maybe put some layers on top of you. Make sure you're letting others know if maybe you're not in that place, but you do know some friends and family that are in those tornado warnings. They definitely need to be aware of that. We can play this more forward when you can see exactly where we're seeing some of those, where that severe thunderstorm watch is still in effect now until 3 a.m. now. So again, it was until 10 p.m. Now it's closer to 3 a.m. that we're watching this. So we're not done with the severe threat yet. But south of I-40, that's still the biggest threat, although we do have that severe thunderstorm warning that's just a little bit more towards the north right now in parts of Delaware and Cherokee County. So watching this closely, as we play this radar predictor through, we can see that as this continues to push off towards the east, still by 11 o'clock, looks like we're seeing some of that rain and some of those storms moving through. Biggest threat still south of I-40, but by 2 really o'clock, most of this rain has moved on out of the area. We'll just be left with a lot colder temperatures. Even could see a few snow flurries towards tomorrow morning. So timing is till 2 a.m. Main location that we're seeing those severe storms is going to be south of I-40, still dealing with hail, strong winds, and again, the risk of a few tornado warnings, still with what we are seeing right now. Send it back over to James to talk more about that tornado warning and what you can expect as this continues to move off towards the east.
Right. We want to stress again as we come up toward the top of the hour that there is no severe weather threat in Tulsa, and even the rain has ended as colder temps are starting to move in. Our tornado warned storm is now in parts of southwestern Pittsburg County, and that is continuing to move to the east. It is very close to Ashland right now, maybe just a little bit to the northeast of Ashland, but as it continues to move east at about 40 miles per hour, we can put this track on here over the next 25 minutes. That's going to get over close to Savannah and Kiowa by about 10:16, and that tornado warning is in effect until 10:30. Again, inside this polygon is all south of Highway 270 and right now north of Highway 63 in Pittsburg County, but it does include Kiowa and Savannah right along Highway 69 as this potential tornado continues moving toward the east. Velocity helps pinpoint exactly where that rotation is, now just to the northeast of Ashland. And again, if this takes a little bit of a jog to the left, it becomes a bigger issue for McAllister, but for now, not happening that direction as well. Now, the time is 10 o'clock, and you are watching Fox 23 News at 10. And the news is severe weather in southeast Oklahoma. Tornado warning continues in southwestern Pittsburgh County until 10:30. Officially does include McAllister, the airport, Savannah, Kiowa, the Indian Nation Turnpike here, the toll booth there just to the south of Highway 69. And that's the circulation, and it continues pretty strong. We're looking at velocities, so we're looking for bright green next to bright red, and that's what we're saying right in here. So if we were to see a tornado produced with this, it would be occurring just to the northeast of Ashland and just south of Highway 31. I'm going to take a little closer look right into where we think that that circulation is. Again, very close to the Ward Springs area. I'm going to put this marker back down again and show you if it is indeed producing a tornado down near Ward Springs and moving toward the east-northeast. That's going to be very close to Savannah here. Again, as we saw that track just a few minutes ago, we're talking 10 to 15 minutes from now. This is Haywood Road down toward Haywood. Looks like this is going to pass just south of Haywood, but this is going to be really close all the way up to Highway 31. You're in the polygon in Haywood, so out of an abundance of caution, you probably should head to your tornado safe place. Again, new warning just issued. That's going to be for northern Pittsburgh County. You can see that storm here. That one is much less of a tornado threat, more of a hail and strong wind threat. But our big concern is this circulation very close to Ward Springs. Again, not much of a left turn at all, and this thing's going to be moving up toward the McAllister Airport and the city of McAllister. So if you're in McAllister, you need to be watching this one really closely and ready to move to a more substantial shelter. We go back to velocity right now. It looks like close to Ward Springs is going to be our main concern. We check correlation coefficient. I look at that to see if we have any signal that we've got debris being lofted. I don't see that at all right now, but I continue to see this strong circulation. It's near Ward Springs, maybe just to the east of Ward Springs, and this is moving pretty quickly at about 40 miles per hour. Here is Highway 69, busy route between the Indian Nation Turnpike, McAllister, Atoka, Durant, and toward North Texas, Sherman, Denison, and on into the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But that strong circulation very close to Ward Springs now and continuing to move toward the east. As you can see, we can give the all clear to Ashland, and now we can give the all clear to everybody west of Ward Springs as that continues moving closer to Savannah. If you're in Savannah, you need to take your tornado precautions now. That means the lowest level, center part, smallest room of your home. If you're in a mobile home or car, got to get to sturdy shelter with a helmet on and foot gear, and preferably boots with that too, because if there is tornado damage, there will be a lot of broken glass and nails, and of course the helmet help prevent head injuries from windblown debris too. Now our team coverage continues. We have a couple more severe thunderstorm warnings to talk about, and meteorologist Michaela Smith is here. And Michaela, it looks like the most potent severe weather still south of I-40, not ruling out severe storms though north of I-40.
No, we're not ruling that out. We're actually still seeing a severe thunderstorm warning right now, a little bit north of I-40, so this is getting a little bit closer to moving into parts of Arkansas now, but you can still see quite a bit of lightning. So if you're waking up to some rumbles of thunder, kind of a little bit closer to Kansas, Oklahoma, before this moves into parts of Arkansas, you can see Flint Ridge, Concord, Flint, continuing to see some of this storms moving this direction. So we have a time on this. You can see as it moves off towards the northeast, again, we're seeing closer now to the Arkansas line and parts of Missouri as well. We're talking about Adair County, other areas that we're also seeing this continuing to move off towards the east. So we're watching this closely. Right now, the main threat with this storm is going to be frequent lightning, maybe some small hail, and really just gusty winds, which is why we had that severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. This is going to continue till we'll see that getting closer to about 10:45. So that's going to include Adair, Cherokee, Delaware. That's those counties that we're watching closely till 10:45. This is continuing to move off towards the east. Now, we can take a look a little bit closer down to the south, closer to where James has been talking about the tornado warning. This is going to be parts of Pittsburgh County. We can see closer to Eufaula. You can see that's where we're also seeing some strong winds and the possibility of some hail. We know in parts of Pittsburgh County, we've been confirmed that we're seeing a little bit about 1.5 inches of hail. So we talked about the possibility Now seeing some larger hail swaths in some areas towards the south, so we can kind of switch this over and we'll drag this down just a little bit more towards the south. Again, you can see where some of that larger hail is right now towards the west of McAllister. So not only are we still dealing with that tornado warning areas to the south, but we're also seeing some very large hail. So that could do damage not only to cars, but also to your windows. So if you're not already sheltering in place because of the tornado warning, just for this large hail as well, if that's getting blown in by some of those strong winds, that could break windows, cause other issues. So you need to be in the most interior room that you have, whether that's a bathroom, that's a closet. You need to be covering up and getting ready as this moves your direction. Again, we still do have the tornado warning in effect as well for this area. We can switch back over to reflectivity and see where that tornado warning is, and then we're just a little bit to the north is where that severe thunderstorm warning is. That's also going to continue till about 10:45 this evening, so that's moving more off towards the northeast. And again, seeing this for the possibility of some hail, very strong winds with this area that's in the severe thunderstorm warning as this continues to move off towards the east, and very frequent lightning. But the good news is, as this moves off quickly, areas to the west are going to be in the all clear once this gets out of your area. So very heavy rainfall in parts of the area, and where that tornado warning is definitely still in place. We can see getting closer to McAllister now. So if you're in McAllister, you're just right along the edge of where we're seeing this polygon. So you need to be watching this closely. If you're not already in your safe place, you need to go ahead and move that direction. Grab the kids, grab the dog, move into the most interior room of your home that you can be, because we still have that tornado warning that's in effect. We can switch back over here to the velocity and see just that, not quite as strong as it was a little bit a while ago, but we're still watching that closely. James is over there chatting with some other people right now, getting closer details on this. We could switch it back over to reflectivity too and just see where we're still seeing a little bit of a hook as this moves closer to McAllister. So tornado warning is still in effect. You still need to be taking shelter, and not only because of that tornado warning, but again, we can switch and look at the hail core. Seeing quite a bit of large hail here right now, still about an inch and an inch and a half to hail, so that's definitely enough to do damage, especially to cars and to windows. You need to be getting to the most interior room of your way, get away from windows in case some wind-blown hail moves that direction, could cause issues. We're not seeing as much hail with areas towards the north, which is definitely good news, where we're seeing some of that severe thunderstorm warnings, but closer to where that tornado warning is, definitely seeing some very large hail. Now, we'll switch back over here to our reflectivity. We can see again where that tornado warning is moving towards McAllister. That's a part of Pittsburgh County right now. Pittsburgh County also seeing that severe thunderstorm warning just a little bit more towards the northern half of the area, not quite as strong of a storm, so we're not seeing as much of this pink area, which is where we're seeing, again, that hail. So not as much, but still a severe thunderstorm warning because of strong winds, some very heavy rainfall, and there could still be some small hail mixing in across the area. We can go back up to the north and see this track again, where we're tracking some another severe thunderstorm warning, just a little bit closer, moving in towards the into parts of Arkansas, closer to Kansas, Oklahoma. So we're watching this as we time this out. This is moving pretty quickly, off about 40 miles an hour. So very quickly in your area, we're watching this move across the area. That's what we're doing over the next few hours. And I can send it back over to James to talk more about that tornado warning as it gets a little bit closer to moving into parts of McAllister.
Yeah, and again, stressing in Tulsa, the severe weather threat is finished for us. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued. Again, northern Pittsburgh County storm, that's moving into Haskell County and extreme southern McIntosh County, but it does clip the Eufaula area here too. Let's jump back to our tornado warned storm now, as it is moving along and south of Highway 31 and north of 131, still just to the west of Highway 69. Now, Fox 23 storm tracker Joseph Tyree he's on RS7 in the booth for you, and he's going to be having the best shot of this. He's right now in the McAllister area, and that's what we're looking at right now is Joseph Tyree's shot. He's in that heavy rain. As he gets a little bit closer to that severe storm in the core, where we could see that potential tornado with the storm just to the northeast now of that Wardville area and Ward Springs area too. So that we're going to keep a close eye on him and that video stream from his storm tracker unit too. So as we come back to Fox 23 Doppler radar right now, we're looking just to the southwest of McAllister, and we continue to watch just now west of Savannah. So here's Highway 69. This is the Indian Nation Turnpike. Highway 31 that winds back into western Pittsburgh County. And again, we're looking at that circulation now. Looks like it's still kind of moving to the east-northeast. So I want people from Savannah all the way up into the Highway 31 and 270 in McAllister to be ready to move to a safe place immediately. So we're talking lowest level, center part, smallest room, and we're looking right now at that circulation that would be just west or northwest of Savannah, and it has moved fairly consistently to the east-northeast. So if we were to have a tornado down with it, it's just to the west of Savannah by a few miles, moving into Savannah over the next few minutes. Let me update that track on this storm too, as that continues to move toward the east. About a 10 to 15 minute track here. Let me get out of the way, and that's going to take us up into the south side of McAllister. So the gate for the Army ammunition plant, so that's right on the edge of the ammunition plant. By 10:16, we're looking at Chambers, McAllister Airport area at 10:20. I also want to throw in Savannah too with that circulation. So this tornado warning is still in effect until 10:30. And if it does weaken, we'll jump back into Fox 23 News. But for now, as that circulation continues to get stronger and stronger with it, and really strong winds feeding up a lot of moisture into this too, and that's that thunderstorm fuel. Now, if you've stepped outside north of Interstate 40, for most of us, you can feel that cold north wind, and that's why we're not seeing that big severe weather threat in the Tulsa area, because we got that stable, cool wind coming in from the north. But to our south, again, especially in Pittsburg County, strong south winds continue to pump up lots of Gulf moisture, deep Gulf moisture too, and that's thunderstorm fuel. And in this case, the winds in the atmosphere are aligned pretty well to support this continued severe weather threat, especially in Pittsburg County and in Latimer County too, and on into LaFleur County. But Pittsburg and Latimer County, really our big concerns, that's right in our coverage area. So anybody along Highway 63 and north, all the way up to 270, you need to be in your tornado safe place right now through central parts of Pittsburg County. Now, if this storm continues right on that boundary, right at the edge of where all that rich Gulf moisture is coming up to feed it, it will continue to be a tornado threat. But for now, again, as we've watched, the rotation's just a tiny bit weaker right now, just to the southwest of McAllister. Officially, this tornado warning is in effect for about 17 more minutes, but we'll watch this closely. North of McAllister, this storm, Crowder Hill area, and further to the north is much less of a tornado threat. Can't say the odds are zero, but it's much less of a threat. It's getting up into that some of that more stable air. But further south in parts of Pittsburg County, that's where we're seeing this rotation passing now between McAllister and Savannah, but it doesn't look quite as strong as it did. Okay, so, all right, Michaela's telling me that it looks like the National Weather Service may be getting ready to drop that. Yeah, I see the note now. So we'll continue to watch this closely as Shay and Sarah, we may be able to get a little bit of Fox 23 News in at 10 o'clock as we watch this circulation. We're going to hold it here until we get the cancellation on that severe thunderstorm warning, or on that tornado warning. It does appear, we just saw that new polygon come on. I hit it and make sure that's the right one. So it looks like we are downgrading from the tornado warning to a severe thunderstorm warning, but we likely will still see the threat of hail and 60 to 70 mile per hour winds as this storm moves to the east right across the McAllister area too. Already seeing some of that heavy rain in McAllister. One track here, and we'll make this a severe thunderstorm track. Krebs, Savannah, Alderson, Carbon, Adamson, Craig toward Drum, Haleyville, Hartshorn, and of course McAllister too, with that heavy rain continuing to fall. But for now, we will drop that tornado warning for Pittsburg County, and we'll go with the severe thunderstorm warning. And at 10:13, we'll be able to go back to you, Shay and Sarah, at least for a bit. We'll be over here keeping a very close eye on Fox 23 Doppler radar, and we'll be back on here in just a couple of minutes with another update.